Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, 1 Million Cups, for having me, and I hope you guys are in a good mood. As he said, everybody's coffee cup is full. So to begin, let me ask you this: why do we buy name brand clothing? What's the purpose behind name brand clothing? Absolutely. But what does it mean to you with what you're wearing? Just the name brand. It means nothing. So about 2 years ago, me and my wife, Lisa, came up with this idea to start our own clothing line. And on Facebook, I always had this saying at the end of every Facebook post, I always said, be blessed. So I thought, hey, why not start a clothing line and use that be blessed way of thinking? So I created the logo, as you can see with the wings and the bee. And it's just a reminder to be a blessing to other people, especially here in Rockford. We have a hard time with all the negativity that's going on in the city of Rockford. Why not change that and remind people to be a blessing to others, to give back to others? So we came up with the idea of Be Blessed Clothing, having clothing that means something, that you can wear, that you can be proud of, that means something to you, not only to you, but your family. So as you can see, we started, it's really a family business, because our whole family is involved, and as you see our models, everybody here that's here is related to me in some type of way. So that being said, if I can have some of my models come up, and as you can see the different styles of clothing, we can put our clothing on anything. Our first one is Pastor Larry Hamilton. He has on a Be Blessed jacket. The jacket runs about $80. You can get it in different color stitching. It's really warm. Last winter, I wore that jacket pretty much all winter. That, some gloves and a hat, and I was okay. Used most of the time you're in and out of the house anyway. As you can see, the stitching, where you at? As you can see, the stitching on the front and on the back can be changed to multiple colors. Very versatile jacket, has an inside pocket if you want it. Very warm, very comfortable jacket, even in the fall. It's a great jacket. Also, what you see here is representing the 815, the Rockford local area. So with that way of thinking, I thought, what better way to represent Rockford? Let's be a blessing to our city, to our state. Moving on, this is our class. This was the very first shirt that I designed. Classic black and white. You can wear it with anything, great with jeans. You can even dress it up if you want. Classic black and white logo. The shirts run around, they start at $22, small through extra large. Once you get up to the bigger sizes, 2X, 3X, 4X, it runs an additional $2 for each size up. So moving on to the next one is my great nephew, Jace. As you can see, we also do the smaller styles. So we can do anything down from a onesie on up. So he's my newest model. I'm so proud to have him on board. And this is my mother-in-law. As you can see, she has on the pink Be Blessed shirt, but it can be put in any color. We also have the V-necks. For women, you have two choices. You can either get the ladies cut, which runs a little smaller, but it's more curvier than the regular men's box shirt. Next, we have my goddaughter, Shantara. Shantara, you want to come on up over some more? She represents our Queens line. So I have two different Queens. I have one Queens line, but two different styles. I didn't have the other one here, but the other one has a crown on it. And it says on the back, at the right hand sits the queen. If you notice, every shirt has a scripture on it. Everything that we sell has a scripture on it that references that shirt. And the reason why we do that too is it's a conversation starter. People see that and they want to know, well, hey, what's that scripture? So we have this, and again, they can come in multiple colors, multiple print. Whatever your need is, we try to accommodate, make adjustments. And so just let us know. We'll customize if we want something a little different. But everything you'll have the basic shirt, the print, and the scripture. That's it, thank you. We also have umbrellas. Let's see, what else? I just started a new ladies line we'll have dresses with the Be Blessed logo on them. What else do we have? There's a few other shirts specifically and designed just for women. Also, we have if you're into working out and you want to wear Blessed workout gear, We'll do a lighter shirt. It's more of a dry fit type shirt, so you don't stain your shirt or wear your shirt out. So we have that as well. And so every day, every month, I'm always trying to come up with something new, something different. And so I guess I should have started with giving you a little bit about myself. I'm a bailiff by day. I work downtown at the Winnebago County Courthouse every day, Monday through Friday, from 8 to 5. After that, I'm also an author. I just wrote a book, Hidden Feelings, which just came out in December through Amazon, and then I released it again in January through Barnes & Nobles. So I'm a busy guy, but I'm also always trying to give back to the community. I've been working in the community for about the last 15, 20 years, just doing different things, mentoring young men, women. I also coach basketball at the Boys and Girls Club on Thursdays. So whatever way I can give back, that's where I give back, which is everything Be Blessed brand incorporates. So you can find if you want to go to our website, it's beblessedbrand.com. I also have a page on Facebook, Be Blessed Clothing, and we're also on Instagram. I think with that being said, I think that's about everything.
All right, well, let's give him a hand for his presentation. If you don't know Royce, and I'm assuming that most of you don't, I can count a handful of people here who do. He was on a podcast with us when you were talking about the book that you put in there, or that you wrote, put in there. I don't know. I'm just choosing words. They're random. These are random words. Let's come up here.
Okay.
Because here's where things are going to get real. We ask the audience to be looking for a handful of questions, or answers to a handful of questions in your presentation. And so I want you to have thought about these questions. The first question is, what is the product or service? In your own words, what did you hear? What's the product or service? What's that? Lifestyle? It's okay. Yeah, just speak it out. You're awesome. Lifestyle?
Uniquely branded clothing.
Uniquely branded clothing, yeah. Do we have something over here? No? All right. Number 2, who's the target audience? What did you hear? Everybody? People who wear clothes.
Good answer.
This, we're getting very specific.
I think that you said you want to make an impact in the environment, and you want people who want to send that message to other people. And I was trying to think about that. Like, who would that be? Who would be your target audience? I think you think it's everyone, but I don't think it's everyone the way you describe it.
So people who want to make a difference in the environment.
In the community.
In the community, rather. Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
People of faith.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
People of faith. All right.
Scripture references.
Right.
Be more drawn to that.
Yeah.
Right. And also, I really do want to target everybody. Even though there's a scripture on it, I think it's a cool shirt. People buy shirts just because. So go ahead.
I think too, because you were talking about being a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it's a sparks conversation about what you mean to be blessed. So to spark the conversation, if you want to be a blessing, and so I think that could lead to anyone that comes. What do you mean? As people look at me, I have the queen shirt, so it's like I'm my husband's queen, and so people want to talk about that. So I think it could be for anyone that's interested, someone even seeking spiritual help. What does that mean? What does that imply?
Mm-hmm.
I think it would target
Yeah.
anyone that's seeking.
Okay, so people who are seeking spiritual health or help, or I like what you pulled out there, the idea of being blessed, and some people that might not understand what that maybe encompasses, or might encompass something different for you than it does for me.
We are blessed.
Yes, we're blessed to be a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. 4th question. Nope. Hold on. Who's product or service? Who's target audience? Oh, that's what. 3rd question. Man, it's a rough start this morning. The 3rd question is, what's amazing about the management team?
Involved in everything. Community, law enforcement, author.
Yeah, involved in everything.
Volunteer, doing this and this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Wants to affect the community in a positive way.
Yeah, wants to affect the community in a positive way. Absolutely. Other things you heard amazing about the management team? You know him. You know him well. What's amazing?
He's a loving young man, and he wants to do what's best for everybody, and you can't always do that.
Yeah.
But his heart is there, that he wants to be an example for the youth, and he is available. He's always doing something. I look up and, oh, Royce, that's your son? And, oh, he's involved in so many things.
Yeah.
But it's been all good.
All right. So you're involved in a lot of things. You're loving.
Yeah.
And then she said young man, but I don't know if I. No, I'm kidding.
I'm still on the
Totally
good side of.
It's all. It's all relative. All right. Well, the fourth and final question is, where are you stuck?
Where am I stuck? Right now, because it's just me and my wife, I do a lot of the marketing myself. So it's usually Facebook, Instagram, social media type stuff. So marketing and promotion is, right now, is probably my biggest sticking point. Just getting the word out. You know, I want this to be bigger than just Rockford. I want to go worldwide, global. So I think if the world thought of being a blessing to other people, that we can truly make a difference in the world that we're in today. So that's my sticking point right now.
All right. So you're stuck because you're doing a lot of stuff yourself.
Yes.
Okay. What do you guys think of that? What's your advice? Or what things can you pull out for him to keep in mind? We're going to give you the catch box. So the rules are you have to throw it. I promise I don't promise anything. I might hit you. There we go.
As a small business owner myself, I know what it's like to be constricted with funds, but sometimes it's really, really worth the money to have somebody do a really good job on your website. And I had done my own website and didn't think that it was bad, but it was really awful. And so I spent the money to have it redone. So there are things like that they're a professional in their field. Use them.
Okay.
I'll take it next. Thank you. What about other markets? You got a good thing going on here with the Blessed 815, our area code.
Yeah.
But what about tapping into other markets like 305? You know, that Miami, you know, you got Pitbull, it's the 305.
Yeah.
There might be people, you might have a market down there for shirts like that.
Now,
So
the great thing about this is we can remove the 815 and put any area code
There
that
you
you
go.
want. Even on the other style shirt that we have, it's all interchangeable. We can change it to anything, any area code. Actually, I do have friends in Arizona, Las Vegas, Minnesota. So around the country, around the U.S., I've done some other shirts for them. So it's not just in Rockford, but I need to expand wider.
yeah.
I know you, so I know you personally, so I can say this. Is, you know, as every entrepreneur, one of the hard things that we have as entrepreneurs is running off our own energy. You know, believing in ourselves more than anything that's possible. And sometimes when you have a concept or you're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but you're trying to enhance certain things and still work your purpose and your God-given mission. Because at the end of the day, there's only so much money you can have and only so much money things that you can have and buy, right? So it's about purpose, right? So I know your purpose is having the ability to find people to pour into you. So when those moments happen, you have some strength.
Right.
Because as every entrepreneur knows, how many times have you quit today? You woke up this morning, had your idea in front of you, put it aside, or you picked it up last night. That's just what happens as an entrepreneur. We would all be lying to ourselves if we didn't think that, right? So I'm thinking I think that where you're stuck right now is you need to invest in a team of people that can hold you up when you need to be, you know what I'm saying? It's more than just sharing the ideas.
Right.
It's like, man, I'm here, but I just need, you know.
Yeah. Good thought.
Other thoughts on being stuck? Nice catch.
All right. So I'm wondering if you have thought about going to different churches and having it co-branded with Blessed and the church, because I feel like it could be a fundraiser for the church. You could get your brand out there. You could get people talking about it and then kind of expand through those channels.
It's a great idea. do have the opportunity to talk to some people at the Christian Growth Network, I think it is. They meet on Thursdays. The only problem with that is they meet Thursday at noon. I'm usually at work. So that's kind of my problem with going there, but one day I'll just have to take the day off and good to go there and get it done. Like I said, we've only been in existence for about 2 years, so I'm still trying to grow and do other things too. I'm in the process of writing my next book, which I'm hoping to have out in the end of July, maybe early August. So finding the time is kind of a sticking point too, but
I'm wondering,
that's a great idea.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm wondering, you had some ambassadors who came with you today wearing the clothing. I'm wondering if there are times when you could go send your ambassadors to some of these networking groups and they could speak on your behalf.
Great point. Real good idea. As I scan the room.
I guess I just trying to evaluate where you're at with things. You say you're a clothing brand. I feel like maybe you're more of a lifestyle brand. For me, a clothing brand is something where you're designing the clothing itself. For me, I feel like it's more attached to the brand you're promoting with it. Putting the logo on various items of clothing. So I'm wondering if your focus needs to be more on building the lifestyle aspect of what the brand means, and then you extrapolate the sales from there as opposed to
just the clothing.
Just the clothing, yeah.
That can be a kind of confusing thought. Could you clarify what you mean by lifestyle versus clothing?
Yeah. So I mean I like clothing, but it's for me it's. I buy stuff without logos on it, and I know there's people that buy stuff because the logo's on it, but they're buying the logo. People who buy clothes because there's a logo on it are buying it because the logo means something to them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not up on all the brands, the surfer brands or whatever, but they buy into this particular surfer brand because it's that kind of barefoot lifestyle. They're like, oh, if I wear that shirt, I feel like I'm part of the club where I'm this cool surfer dude, whatever it is that they're buying into. So they're buying into that brand image that the logo represents.
Okay.
And sure, what the logo's on makes a difference for them, but really it's more important that the logo's there than exactly what the piece of clothing is. So you kind of need to, I feel, build the hype behind what the brand represents so people want to buy into the clothing line.
That's a great
more than
idea.
necessarily what it looks like.
Because if you look at our top of our board, you'll see catch the movement. So the movement is the lifestyle, the blessed lifestyle of being a blessing to other people. So I guess in a sense I have, but I haven't really tapped into it like I should have. So that's a great idea, and thank you.
Other thoughts? I'd like to follow that trail. I don't know what time we're at. Does anybody have the time? 9:41. All right, we got time. I'd like to follow that train for just a little bit because I think this concept of it's less about clothing and more about brand identity. I think it's important. What are your thoughts when you think of this concept that he's unpacked for us? How would you define that brand, or how would you like to see that brand communicated so it could be defined?
I think it's just, you talked about, be blessed so you can be a blessing. So, in your branding as far as your social media content, the things that you're putting out to the world, just exemplifying that. So showing how the people that are connected, you and the other people that are connected to your organization are out there being a blessing to others. And while you're there, you're rocking your clothing, but it's exemplifying what that clothing means as far as, be blessed to be a blessing. So articulating how are you blessed and how are you using your personal blessings to bless other people around you in the community.
That's good.
So, Bomba Socks. The company, Bomba Socks, they started with Shark Tank, right? They got their pitch, right? But they donate every pair of socks. Every time they sell a pair of socks, they donate a pair of socks. What would probably be incredible for you is like all the homeless shelters, the women's facilities, all of the places. What you could possibly do is maybe you can get like a Kickstarter or something. Say, I want to donate 1,000 shirts and umbrellas, because you have umbrellas, you have blankets, so put together maybe like per shelter or something, I'm gonna do $5,000 worth of stuff so I can donate. and then maybe getting some people around the city maybe to donate the stuff for your shirts, and then maybe that'll be a way to even get the media involved, and then you're actually helping out, you know what I'm saying, and then you're seeing them do it.
So for you, what does donation say about the brand?
Donation to me says about it says I care, and it says that in the midst of me growing, that you still matter to me. That's the point. People don't matter no more. So like he was saying, it is a lifestyle brand. But people, when they buy into the lifestyle, it's because they're chasing that life. This is not going to be attractive to people that's money hungry, that's somebody that's after, that's self-centered and it's not going to be attractive to them. But people at the homeless shelter, people, I talk a lot, sorry.
That's good.
Kind of got it. I just thinking, the catcher movement and parroting off some of the others, and that's the idea of, in your materials, showing how you're being a blessing and people within your group are being a blessing. And maybe that is kind of a challenge then, a positive challenge to people to be a further blessing.
Right. If you ever get a chance, go look. If you ever look at my Facebook page, that's all you'll see. Mm-hmm. Positive thinking, positive reinforcement, encouragement every day. Every day I post an encouraging word. Every day I'll post something that's meaningful and not just a picture of food. So every day you'll see something that I do in the community or something that I've done. I've donated to 2 youth basketball teams this year. This is the first time we were able to sponsor a basketball team. So I bought them shirts, and I'm going to maybe sponsor a few tournaments for them. So I do what I can. Like I said, funds are limited with trying to get the book published and the clothing line. So I do what I can as much as I can. But I like your idea, though, and I'll continue
You
to do
sponsor
it.
2 different groups?
Yes.
Does anyone know that? I mean, as a challenge to the community, to be part of that sponsorship.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll definitely do more of that.
So, I don't know, about a year ago, was that when we had the chocolate company in here?
Yes. I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, sure. So, one of the local chocolate companies, I can't remember the name of it, but, she had somehow...
Chocolatorium?
Chocolatorium, there you go. She had managed to get her chocolates, like, on Oprah's favorite things list, and all of a sudden it went from being this little chocolate shop to becoming one of Oprah's favorite things.
Wow.
So I guess I'd ask if you could get your shirt on, if you could get someone to wear your shirt for a day, that would be like the ideal person to be wearing it, that would get you the most bang there. Who would that be, and could you get that person to do that? Right. To like model your shirt as, I don't know if it's celebrity or what, but it gets that movement and that feeling and that lifestyle. Who personifies that the most, that you could maybe get your t-shirt to, get them to just wear it for a day?
Yeah. Well, I did have the opportunity to meet D.L. Hughley recently, so I gave him a shirt. There's an NBA player who just got drafted he's gotten the shirt. I'm just waiting for him to wear it, and then I'll announce who he is. But he just got drafted this year, so he signed a deal with Nike. So we'll see where. I'm still trying to put shirts out there to other people, but yeah.
Do you think that idea of having somebody wear a shirt that personifies the brand, do you think that builds the brand? And if so, how?
I think it super takes off, because I'd seen. I remember, I don't know, 2 years ago or something, there was this goofy pair of flip-flops that some celebrity wore with, like, colored stripes on it, and all of a sudden it went from being just a pair of flip-flops to a $300 pair of flip-flops that everybody had to have. So I think that, getting it on somebody, maybe that's that becomes personal to people, right? That becomes the lifestyle. If they see someone that personifies that lifestyle that they want to connect with, and they say, oh yeah, that person wears that shirt, I want to connect with that.
Yeah, awesome. It's a good point. Other thoughts? All right. Do you pick up some good ideas here?
I did, some very good ideas.
Yeah?
So I have to go back and rewatch this 2 or 3 times and make sure I got everything.
Take some notes?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I'm missing my cup, and I'm missing my paper. I am unprepared. Oh, yes. First, thank you. First great announcement to give you. I'll get to the Oprah thing in just a minute. First great announcement is that we are not going to have 1 million cups next week. So don't bother showing up. The second one is, what's on that paper, Bailey? We return on July 10th. Anything else relevant on that sheet? Okay. We do present everyone with this fine coffee mug.
Thank you.
For having the courage to stand before your peers here and tell us about your project and where you're stuck, and then get some good feedback. I hope that you also had an opportunity to listen to some of these concepts and ideas and then see where you could apply them for your own self. And if you have something that's still sitting in your heart that you want to get out, after this, come up, talk to him, and get connected up, all right? Sure. It is a fine, beautiful Wednesday. In the spirit of Oprah, I don't want you to get too excited, but everybody look under your chairs. No? Okay. You're like, are you serious? Everybody's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not looking under my chair. I was hoping that Nathan would look under his chair. I want a school. I got a school. All right. It's a beautiful... Yeah, exactly. We've stuck a piece of chocolate to the bottom of the chair. Kidding. All right. It's a wonderful Wednesday. Go make friends with somebody new today. And, hey, be a blessing.
Be a blessing.
All right.
Thank you guys very much.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you.